Nguyelo numandenga, nguyelo numandenga, nguyelo umandenga.
Hello, everybody. My name is
Hello.
Dada Shiabo, and I'm the moderator of AfricaNEV. And welcome to the AfricaNEV podcasts. Today, I'm here with a couple of our people, and I want them to introduce themselves. Olukokun, please introduce yourself.
I discovered that you didn't put my latest title, Outstanding Tolulope Olukokun. That's what you should call me now.
No problem. Oh. No problem.
Welcome
Anyway,
to the podcast.
okay. And I have Patrick of Ukraine. Patrick.
Hello, everyone. I'm Patrick. We deal with EV charging solutions and also currently working on solar PV systems. Nice to meet you guys.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
And then we have our special guests, Etornam Kouzan of Eskin Automobile. Etornam, welcome to the AfricaNEV podcast.
Thank you.
Anyway, so today the discussion is all about you, your EV journey, how you ended up being the CEO of an EV company. So Etornam, how will you describe yourself to begin with? Who is Etornam Kouzan?
Okay, like you said, my name is Kouzan Etornam, and I'm from Togo. I'm living in Shenzhen since I'm operating in Shenzhen for 11 years since 2009, and yeah.
Okay, so Etornam, what is your background? How did you get into this whole electric vehicle space?
Okay, my first job was I opened a developing company, and we focus on banking, develop software, banking application like and microfinance software. From 2007, I was focused more on telecommunication, and we were from the first one to introduce in the market the cell phone center, and with the
Cell phone what?
I don't, the French name is cabine téléphonique. I don't know how to call it. Operators in every country have contract with the cell phone centers, so those will get the telephone set from them with SIM card, and people will go to that place. At that time, there is less mobile phone. Yeah.
Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly. So we're from the first one to develop it, and
in Togo.
Yeah, in Togo, and we were also from the first to bring it to Ghana and even the whole West Africa. And after that, we changed it to the EVD system, electronic voucher distribution system. So I was in telecommunication for quite a long time. But from 2007, 2008, I started working in security system, telecommunication and security. So this is what brought me to first Malaysia, where I worked for 1 year in a factory where we produce security device and security and wireless system. And I stayed there for 1 year. After that, I left back to Togo. And then in 2009, I decided to come back to China, where I opened my first company in China. Then after Malaysia. So in 2009, I came back to China. I came to China instead of Malaysia. In that 2009, then I started working on solar system and energy saving system. So in 2010, We make our own solar box. It's like solar power bank in Togo, and we also innovate in a ultrasound sound system that repel mosquito.
Really? Ultrasound for killing
Yeah.
mosquitoes?
Yeah. So it's a system we set up. You just plug in any AC and then it repel mosquito from the room. So it was the three products I was focused on from 2009, which are first solar system and our special solar box. We call it Volta Energy at that time. Our solar
energy?
savings.
It's just a
then a solar saving system, and then the mosquito repel ultrasound system. In 2013, I registered another company in China that was more focused on to develop that solar box system. And since it was very hard to penetrate the market with this, we just finally start focusing on solar inverter. So that was the company called SK Engineers Limited, www.sk-engineers.com, where we produce solar inverters. So we offer all solar systems from that company, but we don't produce the solar panel. We got trained.
Hello, yeah, I'm saying that you went off.
Oh, okay. Since when?
No, you said something about the SK engineering. You do all solar components except the panel. Then you went off.
Yeah, so we mainly produce the solar inverter, the inverters, but for the solar panel, batteries, we cooperate with other factories. We don't produce by ourselves. We have cooperators, but we got trained on how to produce and assemble solar panel, and we have initiated that project towards Africa to install factory to produce in Africa solar panel and solar or assemble solar panel in Africa, but we still didn't start yet. So in China, we don't directly produce solar panel, we don't produce batteries, we cooperate with other factories, but what we produce here in China is the solar inverters. So by the time we have started to supply inverter to solar electric vehicles here in China, because we have a new inverter that solves a problem for most of the solar cars with one speed, which are the more the speed is growing up, a system to cut up the current so that it won't break the engine. So we have been supplied these kind of inverters. Is it okay now?
Yes.
So this is what brought us to open the new company in 2016 called SK Motors International by cooperating with our own clients and factories to produce solar electric vehicles. Our first cooperators was BYD, but it doesn't last for a long time because of cost issues. And then we changed to 3 cooperators to produce our own solar electric vehicles. So that's how it started to up to now.
Okay, so from what I understand, it means that your background initially was in software programming.
Yeah. Then software and electronic.
Okay, that was what you learned in school. So you have a degree in software and electronic engineering.
I can't say I have a degree, but it was auto learning in Ghana.
You are self-taught.
I learned software in Ghana, but not kind of degree. I learned from my uncle. Then I came back to Togo to start doing programming on websites and then small application. But when I wanted to do the big application like banking software, then I opened the company with professional, employee, professional developers.
Okay, so you stayed in Ghana for some time, because I'm wondering about your English. Your English is very proficient for Francophone.
I didn't stay in Ghana for quite a long time, but it's less than a year. But I usually come to Ghana because our family is half Ghanaian and half Togolese.
Okay.
So I even have my Ghanaian birth certificate. I have our family house in Ghana. So I usually go to Ghana, and I have my family in Ghana also. From Ghana, we are from Joje. And we have our family house in Joje, and we have also in Accra.
I think that the description was wrong. There you are Ghanaian Togolese or Togolese Ghanaian, whichever combination. Okay. So
yeah,
I noticed in your story you transitioned to telecom, then you went to Malaysia, then you came back to Togo, then you decided to go to China to start a company. Why start a company in China, not Malaysia, that you have already been to, or even Togo? Why China?
My first company was in Togo, and actually I still have two companies in Togo with office, and even asking company engineers also are in Togo actually, because when we open factory in other countries, we never bring Chinese or anyone else to set up the factory. All factory of SK engineers has been set up by African people. So we still have office in Togo for different things. So first companies are in Togo and still in Togo. Even my software company is still working in Togo. We have customers still using our application. Yeah, why I didn't open company in Malaysia is because even I work in Malaysia, the company for whom I worked factory is in China, not in Malaysia. So I found out that to develop better in electronic, I better set up myself in China, because even I was in Malaysia, our factory from Malaysia company was based in Shenzhen in China. So I found out to grow better, I need to stay in China. But even though I really love the life in Malaysia, and Malaysia climate is same as Ghana, and Togo, Palime climate is almost the same. It's tropical weather. It doesn't get even cold in Malaysia, but it gets cold in China, even though the distance between the two countries is just like 3 hours of flight. So I really love Malaysia, but for better development, I prefer to stay in China.
So in other words, you set out to establish a manufacturing company, and you realized the best place is China.
Yeah.
Okay, so how was that experience like? You go to China. Well, Patrick is here. Patrick grew up in UK. So if you're setting up a business in UK, I can understand. But you, a Togolese or Ghanaian, setting up a business in China, how was that journey like? Because we also know that, or we have been told that China is famously xenophobic.
Sorry, I grew up in Italy, which is a racist country. So
you grew up where?
In Italy, and also bear in mind it's a racist country, but we all right. We're good.
Okay, I stand corrected. Etornam, please, the question.
Oh, okay. China, the most problem we have in China is the language, and the rules are so many. So it's not easy to open company, because you need to really understand or speak Chinese to go better. And most of Africans in China, they do trading. They don't open company to employee or open company to do their own projects. So I live in Shenzhen, and here has less foreigners. Guangzhou has a lot of foreigners, and it was more hard for me here than if I was in Guangzhou. But here, so here in Shenzhen, you can count a few people who have company in China. So it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. But it was easy for me. I won't deny it, because from the beginning, I always have nice people around me who really are trustable, who show me everything. I got who I can call my Chinese family, like Chinese sister, parents, who always give me what I want. I want to open company. They provide me all the information. I never went through people who will lead me to a wrong way. So that was something easy for me. So from the first time, I never worked for a company in China. I never worked in a company in China. From the first time I start my own business and then I opened my own company, it was really easy for me. Yeah.
Two things. The language barrier.
Yeah.
How did you overcome that? And number two, do you feel that because you have some capital already from your existing businesses, it made your journey easier as a foreigner establishing a manufacturing entity in China?
Oh, okay. About the language, when I came to China, I never feel the necessity to learn the language, because people I have around me were all speaking English and Chinese. So I was really lazy, and I didn't even have time to go to school and learn Chinese. I was really busy and lazy to learn language. I was very comfortable with my partners here who speak English, and it was fine for me. Until 2014, when I got a friend who is from America, and I was here before he came to China, and I was the one who initiated him what to do, advised him. And in 1 year later, when we met, he was really speaking Chinese, and I was really angry with myself. So that's how I Chinese. But how? I didn't go to school. I didn't have time to go to school, but I just started learning from Chinese song. I'll ask my friend to send me Chinese song by PE, and I will be learning the PE. And the more I sing the Chinese song, the more I'll be asking the meaning. So finally, I got to speak Chinese and to write Chinese by PE, but not by the Chinese character. So that is how it's happened. Yeah. About the capital, I won't say I came with capital to open company. I came with the minimum, and when I opened company, I just still doing the same thing I was doing in Africa, but here,
which is
as the telecommunication, my solar. I still have the telecommunication company, my solar company in Togo. So I just have business already in Africa, and I was doing making sure I have the right product. I cooperate well with manufacturer to make change on the product I want, instead of buying the standard product everybody usually buy. I don't like that. I like to make change on product. So first, I never opened a factory. I didn't open a factory in China at the beginning, but I was cooperating with factories to change, to modify a standard product. That was what I was doing at the beginning. So it doesn't need capital. For the capital, is so for SK Engineers Company, even to start producing the solar inverters, I have my own team from Togo to have a technical data. We did research and development from Togo to have a technical data of the solar inverters we want that can solve many problems. And then I brought it here to a factory to cooperate with to produce that inverters as a joint venture with that factory to have common benefits of the new products. And then it worked, and by sales, step by step, then it brought us income that can be used to develop more the factory. So initially, I didn't bring a capital, but I brought products, I brought business that has been capitalized. So I didn't bring capital in cash that I have this money to invest. It was the same way when I opened the company SK Engineers. I made a business plan and a technical data of solar electric vehicles that can be well selling in Africa. with my own data that I register first as a brevet. And then this brevet, first of all, I use to get my first order of solar electric vehicles from Africa. With that order page, and then I came back to have partners in China to now develop the product that was only on paper.
Wait.
So that's how came up my first vehicles, and then I did exhibition in China where government people, many partners came, and we launched the product. And after that, we delivered all the goods to the customer, and then it got now the notoriety it needs, and it got invested more to factory to develop the product more and more. That's how it's.
You were saying something.
So in 2016, we opened the first factory of solar electric vehicle in Togo. That has been launched, and it was really successful. It was the first solar electric vehicles factory in Togo. And in 2017, we opened a small factory in Ivory Coast. In 2019, in June, we opened a very big factory of solar electric vehicle factory in Cameroon, in Douala.
That's 2018.
In 2019, last year, we opened our first factory in Cameroon of solar electric vehicles. In 2017, it was Ivory Coast, and finally launched in 2018, but we started opening in 2017. Togo was 2016. In 2019, also last year, we did a demonstration assembly line in Ghana, in Accra, where we produced 5 tricycle to demonstrate how we can, from scratch, produce car. And that is all from now. We have tried to open a factory in Seychelles and Mauritius, Iceland, but finally we didn't get a cooperator to handle the cooperation, and then we gave up those 2 countries. Those 2 countries was a very good target for us because of the cost of the taxi. It's very expensive to take taxi in those countries. So yeah, that was our really good target, but we didn't start yet.
It seems that your idea is to go to China, produce in China for the African market. Is that it?
No, my idea is to go to China and to get technology and open factories in Africa. So that's why even for car, we don't really want to produce from China and just bring to Africa like exports. We prefer every country that's cooperating with us to own their own assembly line, use the local people to produce the car, and we will be just providing some like engine and some spare parts from China, but the whole assembly should be done in local. This is our main purpose. Use the local labor, local peoples to produce the car. So that's why we use years to train African people here in China. Our engineers team has been trained here in China, and they are in Africa doing nothing than just to wait for which country to go and install assembly line, train them to produce car, and come back. If they need them, they will go back to give assistance. That is all. So we want to set up assembly line in every country instead of importing car from China or from anywhere from the world.
Okay. So what I'm getting is, in every country you want a partner.
Yeah.
So let's say if it's Togo, you want a company, a Togolese company, to partner with SK Automotive. If it's Cameroon,
yeah,
same. Is that the model?
Exactly.
Good. The next question would be: is it exclusive agreement? So let's say if you have a partner in Ghana, then you cannot have any other partner in Ghana again. If you have a partner in Togo or South Africa or whatever, is that the idea?
It depends. Ghana partner is not exclusive. Togo partner wasn't exclusive. Cameroon partner is exclusive. Ivory Coast is not exclusive. So it depends on the partner. Yeah.
Well, okay, so the partner can demand exclusivity or not.
Exactly.
Olukokun, you're going to say something.
Etornam, thank you. You see, when you said you wanted to stay in China so you could get the technology and all of that, check your own, or they are freely available to everybody to make use of, because I know intellectual property doesn't really work so much in China. So are you leveraging on your own, or on your own tech, or someone is selling you the tech? Or I don't understand that aspect so much. Then I want us to go straight from that question to the cooperators or partners you are trying to have in each of the countries. You want to teach them how to produce the electric vehicle. You have your engineers to come and train them. They establish the factory. What size of factory? What are the basic things that are needed? Now, the production they will be having in that factory, is it under your own brand or their own brand? You know, I just want to understand some of this little things, so we could take it from there.
Okay. First, in China, intellectual property works. When people say it doesn't work, it's not true. But the only thing is, there are so many people thinking and making things every day. So today you are creating something. The same day you'll be registering it. You will find 1,000 people registering the same thing, but with some different things, also some different changes inside. So you are not the only one to be thinking or to be creating. You have many competitors, and if you create something you don't have any intellectual property on it, then when you see has people who just focus on copy, you have all right to sue them, so it doesn't make you just worry to not make to register your brand. And in China there is something also, like, you forget about people who copy you, you focus on your business. You have more advantage by having your patents, your own patents, even with governments. You have more advantage. So when we register patents here in China, is not only for avoiding people who copy, but first is for your own protection. If you don't register, another people can sue you later that you're making the copy.
Okay.
Second, if you register, you have things to prove to government. Like, for example, last year I did more than 15 exhibitions all over the China, and all the booth has been given by the government. I didn't pay any. Even the fly to the exhibition place, like I'm in Shenzhen, if the exhibition is in Beijing or Chongqing, mostly they even pay the flights for me, and even the accommodation, and even the food. So even this year, I even did already, even though we have coronavirus, many exhibition. So when you register patents, it's not only for avoiding yourself to be copied, but first it protects you against somebody who will think you are the one to make copy and sue you. Second, you have many things to do with those kind of patents with governments. So for us, we have many patents here, and it's very useful for us.
Are this technology your own
Sorry?
intellectual property? Are you leveraging on existing technology in China, or you are creating your own brand new?
Many things you cannot do. You here in China, you don't know. You just make your thing and you register. you don't know something similar exists even. You don't go that way. But then if you have exactly the similar things existing, they will reject it and tell you we already have the same, so you cannot register. You need to make some modification.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay, so you basically modify and move on.
yeah, yeah. But you don't get any document like this is the existing you get from a company and then you modify, but you do your own things based on an existing technology, but you don't provide this, you just do your own things.
All right. So
Because this one is something you cannot really control in China. Because it's millions of patents they have, and every day you cannot control how many patents are. That's why even to register the patent, it takes like 6 to 1 year to be agreed, because their base is very big.
So do you sell your product in China, or you have to export it to Africa?
Okay, first we sell the solar street lamp and inverter in China. So we do solar street lamp and solar inverter. We sell in China. We last year we create a new product, but we cannot sell in China or anywhere because LG factory has invested in that product and they are only want to have a right to sell it. So we could sell in China, but LG factory in Korea is owner of this product. So we didn't even commercial. But initially we make it for they are a kind of GPS device for our own car, because why? Our car is a basic technology. We cannot say advanced technology. Okay. There are huge factory like BYD, many factory in China that has very big technology. We can't even compare ourselves to even those factory. So we were trying to add some add-on, some services, some small additional products, additional valuable product to our car, not to make it high technology, but to make it more useful in Africa. So that's why we add that. So we did that small GPS device with really good services. But when we were producing it, we were lack of money to finish everything. So one of our partner, who is Korean, is also a partner in SK Engineers, has applied for investment from LG factory, which accept and invested on the product. So this one we could sell in China, but we cannot sell. Even SK want to use it any now. Actually, we need to get it from LG factory. Solar electric vehicles, we cannot sell. We can sell in China for trading company to export, but we cannot drive it in China because we still don't have on-road license in China. It takes more than 5 years to have on-road license in China. So we still don't have on-road license in China. We export our car to Italy, to France, to many countries in Africa, but we cannot drive it in China because we don't have on-road license in China. So for the car, we cannot sell in China. Unless is for one of our partners who has the on-road license, that means it's no more our brand, it's no more our car. But our car, we can't sell in China. We can sell, but they can only export, cannot drive, because we don't have Chinese on-road license, which we don't need in Europe. Yeah. So to reply to this question, solar electric, solar street lamp, solar inverters and controller, we can sell in China. Naren GPS, we cannot sell anywhere unless we get it from LG factory. Car, we can sell everywhere. We can sell in China, but cannot drive it in China.
So let's move to the partners you want to have in Africa. So what are the conditions?
Okay, hold on. I want to share something whilst you are going there. This is from SK. I hope you can all see.
Yeah.
So this is a document that Kouzan shared with me. So you can see the proposal. For those watching on YouTube, I will link this document in the description so you can download directly, and in case you want to get in touch with them. please, the numbers are here. I may even add Kouzan's particulars. So we need a lot of business. We want to build an ecosystem, and this is why we're having this conversation. Okay, please continue.
Okay, so the conditions, the factory size, the minimum equipment that should be available, and all of that, and what will be your own duties, your own obligation to the factory, as well as under whose brand will those vehicles be produced. So that's my question.
Yeah, we don't have any strict rule about that. Everything comes from the negotiation and discussion with the partner. But what is basic offer is the technical assistance, the technology upgrades, and the training is free. No matter the kind of cooperation we have, we train for free our partners. We help them to install the assembly line for free. We train them how to produce car for free. They will just need to pay 1 or 2 of our engineer trip to his place if you are in Ghana. So the transportation of the 2 engineers to your place is under your care.
Your cost.
Yeah, exactly. The living cost, but no salary, nothing to pay to us. Now about the other condition is we don't have standard. At the beginning, yes, but to help have more factory in many other countries, we just cancel all kind of rules like a deposit. We don't do that. We don't get any caution fee to have partner. We cancel all of this. There's no deposit to pay, no caution fee for this partnership, no deposit to pay to be exclusive. It's just a part of discussion to see how far you can go.
I know you.
Hello?
Please.
Did it become mute again?
Oh, is it okay now?
Yeah, you keep muting yourself. This is like the 4th time or so.
Yeah, I got call and it mute automatically.
Okay.
And I canceled the call. Yeah.
Okay. You see, you've been on AfricaNEV group and you've always seen our discussion. You see, I'm one of those people that are interested in production, in fact, local production of electric vehicles. I'm in my workshop right now where we are trying to ideate, produce some of these components. Controller, electric motor controller, charger, BMS, and all of that. I figure that local production will save a ton of money so that the cost of sale will be cheaper for our people. The only issue we're having right now is the battery. Now, with this offer, I'm trying to see how we can leverage on what you already have in existence. We have.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, but just now your voice has been cut off.
We have able hands. We'll welcome in your experts as well, but I need to understand the basic things. What you will do for us, I know each other's duties, how we end up having a full-fledged, locally produced electric vehicle in Nigeria, the battery tech we are going to use, and all of that. So all of these things are my worries. Why I was interested in this podcast with you very much.
Yeah, I understand. In Nigeria, we wanted to open a factory, but finally we did it. It doesn't work, but we sent 21 cars to Nigeria. And we've had a customer for the product we did with LJ in Nigeria. And currently also we have a customer from Nigeria who came to China and want to have our solar bus with lithium batteries instead of gel and acid batteries, solar box. But we didn't have a factory we don't have a factory here in Nigeria. About the technology point or how to cooperate, everything depends on what you really need. And components, you need to go further. What kind of batteries, everything you need, we can try to support you with.
Okay, I think I can say something here. So far, all the products, their products that I've seen, they use the lithium iron phosphate batteries. Olukokun.
And with you,
So, actually, what?
put on your camera.
Okay, so they use the lithium iron phosphate batteries for their products. I've also noticed that there is a real attempt to make the products affordable. So where they don't go for a lot of extraneous tech. They're not trying to be Tesla. All right. It's all about affordability. So you can see a clear focus on the African market. Now, I think what Olukokun is trying to get from you, Etornam, is okay.
Yeah.
If somebody, whoever is watching this, and is thinking about EVs, and there are a lot of such folks, and they are thinking that they may need a partner to help them with this whole technology transfer and upskilling. Okay, what is the minimum amount that I may need to go into some form of arrangement with SK Automobile? What's the barest minimum? Okay, now, what do I need? Do I need to have a team of people who are ready to be trained? What sort of background must they have? Basic things like that. Can you give us a clear idea?
Yeah.
Okay. For solar electric vehicles manufacturing, when we have the cost of the whole factory, we cannot afford in Africa. That's why SK engineers try to split it. So when we have a partner, the first thing we talk about is, dear partner, what kind of solar electric vehicles do you want to start producing in your country? And you think it can be well selling, or if it's for your service, which kind of vehicle you want to use for your service? So first, the partner needs to choose the model. Normal as car assembly line is very huge cost. The minimum one is just a little bit less than $1 million. We cannot afford that in Africa. So when the partner choose, like, oh, me, I want to do a delivery service with moto, two tires moto, and then we just focus on the assembly line that fits the need of 2 tires moto. And the question, how many cars do you want to produce a week? It helps us to not provide too much equipment that you won't need. So finally, the cost will be very low. So far, the one who invests less amounts of money to get his first assembly line was just $25,000 to produce 2 tires and 3 tricycle cars. I can later share with you the kind of equipment it needs. So instead of, if you just ask a quotation for assembly line, it will include even 4 tires. So we got partner who just want to focus on 4 tires, but even 4 tires cars, it have difference. High speed cars and tourism cars. High speed car assembly line is very cheap also, but tourism car assembly line is very cheap also, but high speed car assembly line is very expensive. So those kind of questions help to have exactly what the partner needs and to start with. Now, by the time he's growing up, he can increase or update his equipment. So that's how it was easy for us to get into assembly line in Africa. Otherwise, we won't make it. We won't make it at all.
Okay,
so even we have 2 partners who want to start with tricycle or 4 tires car. Their assembly line is also different price, because one of them wants to just make 10 cars a week, while the other partner would like to make 100 car a week. So even though they want to have the same type of car assembly line, their cost also is completely different. Exactly. So this is the asking strategy. We don't just go for assembly line. When we have been in Mauritius, there is a Chinese factory who came and want to open with partners there 4 tires tourism car, means low speed car, and they quote them about 600,000 US dollar, the minimum assembly line. I don't know how many pieces to produce a week. And when I meet the same partners, we went through the details for the same model. We were about 100,000 US dollar.
That's 6 times cheaper.
Yeah.
What accounts for that?
So it's to explain, we don't have any price. We talk with partners. We ask questions. Which car do you want to start with? Most of them, they are like, I want to do everything. I want to do the big car. I want to do everything. But are you ready to start with all of them? Then they calm down and they choose.
Let me ask this question.
Hold on. I feel that, you see, for our audience, the things that Etornam just said, they may not fully digestive. Okay, what he's basically saying is that they are interested in SKD and CKD. In other words, they're not coming to produce the entire car from the ground up here. They already have some designs. You, the person interested in the business, you must understand your market. That is what you are bringing. We know that, okay, in this country or in this city, this is the type of product that will work. People like motorcycles. People prefer high-speed cars. People prefer economy cars. You will come up with that. And you must know, okay, this is how much the market can buy. Then you, when you're approaching SK, you tell them that, okay, in my market, we need motorcycles. We can sell maybe 100 a week or a month, sorry. So based on that, how many do you have to produce in a day to meet that minimum quota? Then SK will now give you a bill of quantities that, okay, for this size of assembly line, such and such and such is what you need, and this is how much it costs. When you put up the assembly plant, the vehicle you are manufacturing, they will build the various components in China, ship them to you in whichever country you are in. Then you will assemble it on the assembly line using your engineers. And with time, you can now come up with your own unique designs or how do you call it? Changes to the original design. Have I explained it accurately?
Exactly, and this is the first step, because we're talking about industry and it doesn't start like in 1 month and you get all. This is the first step. Now the second step, once start producing and you want to do a kind of, you master, you know well your first step, then you can go further, which can mean now you want to have a scale economy. You think to save the cost, you can now start producing the battery by yourself, or you start, instead of producing the battery, you want to recycle the battery in local. Then we can now go to, because you're selling, you already have your market, you're making money, you choose what you want to start producing by yourself. Mostly people choose to start producing their own chassis. Because chassis production is the main point. When the chassis is missed, the car will even make accident on the road. So mostly they choose the next step. It depends on partner. One partner can choose, now I want to produce it. I want to go the next level of the CKD. I want to produce the chassis by myself. Then we also advise the equipment you need to make the right chassis. You bought it, we train you, you start to making your own chassis. And then if later you decided to even start making your own car body, we also provide you the cost of which equipment you need and the training, and then you go to it. If later you want to produce battery or recycle, we provide you the technology to do it. if later you want to assemble solar panel that you're gonna use for your own charging station, then we provide you the cost of the factory, which we all have already. We're not going to do it, to find it out now. And then when you get the equipment, we provide you the training that you need to start assembling your own solar panel. But if you want to produce the cells of panel, not assembling it, we also can provide you the equipment and then the training to now produce your solar panel from the cells by yourself. So step by step, you can finally hit your goal. So
this sounds like a very good
gradually.
As in, you start with the initial. Anyway, CKD means complete knockdown. SKD means semi-complete knockdown, and then we have FBU, which is a field built unit, the complete cars that we normally import. So that means that you start small, generate cash, use the cash to now move up the value chain.
Why did we choose that strategy? The first time we started Scheme Motors project, we came up with that huge project, and nobody is ready to take out the money from his pocket to pay millions of dollars and start solar car in Africa. First, they even prefer to buy gasoline car and have a company and selling directly. No one is ready to do that, and the thing is very risky because they don't think electric will be well selling. It will be slow investment, they think. So no one was ready. So that's why finally we changed our strategy to split everything. So the first time we made this strategy, the first person who saw it just accepts. And that's why we set up the first factory. We accept because the cost was okay. But the same person got the big cost before. He said, no, I'm not going to do that. It's too much. And he preferred to just do trading, buying things and selling that, investing that big amount of money.
Entry point is assembly. You have a factory to assemble the CKDs or the SKDs, right?
Yeah.
And you move towards your own production and all. I get that.
Yeah.
Now, I wanted to know, are we assembling your brand or the person's brand?
I've replied already to that question.
Sorry, my network.
I've replied to that question. I say those are details that can be discussed. For example, in Cameroon, the partner accepts to have the brand as Esking, but each car has a model name. He changed to his own language or model name. So in Cameroon, all the car are Esking brand, but the model name is using his own model name. So he changed, like if this one is our Esking Kangaroo, he changed to a Cameroon dialect name. So everything depends on
maybe Esking Goats.
Exactly. But mostly some people start with our own brand because of some certificates we have. So they use it. But as time goes on, if they decided to not use it, also is not a big problem for us. Actually, and even though we have factory in more than 4 countries, the purpose is to have solar vehicles in more countries and to see solar vehicles on African roads. That was what made me even start solar electric vehicles. I'm not really making my money from solar electric vehicles, but from other companies I have here. So that's why it's a little bit smooth, our strategy.
Okay.
Training is free. How did I start this project? I say from making the inverter, but the inverter things to solar electric vehicle doesn't motivate me first. I was in the flight going back to China, and then I saw a catalog in the flight. In that catalog, I saw they show a picture of the new solar electric vehicles that is launched in France. And then I felt so sad that I was working with electric vehicles company. So it was electric vehicle, not solar electric vehicle. Electric vehicle in France, in here, and in China, we can see electric vehicle on road. But in Africa, we can only see on television or in catalog. We never see on road. And then I was very angry. And in that flight, before I arrived at my destination, I write down my first business plan to start electric car in Africa. My dream is to see electric car on roads in Africa next, instead of we keep seeing it on television and in catalogs. So I draw up my first business plan for SK Motor in that flight. And as soon as I get off to Shenzhen from that flight, the next day I start meeting partners working on these projects for the EV vehicles. And the dream is to see solar electric vehicles on the road in Africa. So that's how it starts. And
allow me, please.
So my meaning is the focus is not the money.
I want Patrick to talk.
But the focus is not the money. The focus is not the brand. So everything can be discussed. This is my meaning.
So my question is that what speed do you categorize as low speed vehicle and what speed you categorize as high speed vehicle, right? I mean, we need to differentiate this because I'm still going to engage you one-on-one personally to let you know at the level that I am. And thank God you said your partnership is a flexible kind of a thing. So I just want to let you know areas that I will need your support and areas that we can handle locally ourselves. And so we can move on, get the money we need and move on. But I want to know which one do you call low speed vehicle and which one do you call high speed vehicle, and what is the differentiating factor, especially in costs? That this
I don't know if it's okay.
You were saying solar electric vehicle. Do you mean you have solar panels on the roof of the vehicle, or why is solar coming out?
Exactly.
Of the company?
Yeah, exactly. Mostly all our car is with solar roof, mostly, unless the partner doesn't want. But this is how we made the difference from 2016 from our exhibition. All of our car, we add a solar roof to it.
Okay, and what's the advantage? How many miles could you get with that solar roof? How many additional miles do you get with it?
I think it's to power the electronics.
Okay, I prefer to start answering the first question, which is why do we call high-speed car and tourism car? I don't know if it's China things, but in China, some cars are not allowed on highway. So we call them low-speed car or tourism car, the car that draws tourists, because tourists are not allowed to be drawn with high speed. And mostly the speed is from 0 to 75 kilometers per hour, mostly. So they are not allowed on they are not allowed on highway in China. If they found you on highway, you'll be in trouble. And generally, those kind of cars, the equipment need to produce them are completely different to the equipment need to produce car which speed are from 90 kilometers per hour to more and more.
Okay, thank you very much. I think there's still more to talk about. We didn't even touch on the whole policy angle of this whole thing. But our time is up. I know that Olukokun, you have a lot of questions, but I've kept Etornam here for I think 40 extra minutes, right?
Yeah.
So and is it I think getting to 10 p.m. in China. So
yeah, actually
Etornam,
it's 10:45.
Good. So Etornam, I am most grateful we have been able to have this conversation after 6 months of trying to have it. Maybe we have a part 2 where we can then talk about the policy challenges. As we are trying to, but that's a very important topic that we can devote a lot of time to. And also, I'm sure that some questions will come up from this video that we can then inculcate in that. So Olukokun, please hold on to your questions till then. Or you can call that Etornam one-on-one.
I will engage you one-on-one and see how we can start a factory in Nigeria as soon as possible.
I knew that's what you were thinking.